Hello. We're gonna be roasting someone today. His name's Chandler Halderson. Lighting hopefully isn't as bad as last time. I mean, it's not the best, but you know what? You get what you get. Shut up. So, Mr. Chandler Halderson, I've been wanting to talk about this dude for a while, but he got arrested for murdering his own parent. Now, I don't want this video to come off as insensitive. I do feel for the people who are affected by this tragedy. Very, very sad tragedy. I'm pretty much just going to give a summary on how things unfolded while roasting the absolute hell out of Chandler. He's probably one of the dumbest criminals that I've ever heard of. I mean, man is just a walking L. So let's get right into it, shall we? The year was 2021. Mr. Chandler Halderson was a 23-year-old guy who lived in Wisconsin with his parents. Their names were Bart and Krista Halderson. He also had an older brother named Mitchell. And Chandler wasn't really doing shit. He was unemployed. He wasn't going to school. He was just playing video games all day in his parents' basement. But his friends and family did not know that. Because he is an S-tier compulsive liar. I don't mean he's a good liar because the stuff that he came up with were pretty ridiculous. He lies about everything. Every single thing. Chandler told his parents that he worked for American Family Insurance and the Madison Police Diving Team. They didn't have one. His parents were wondering, well, why don't you have any money? You haven't paid us rent. You still owe us from the last time. And here are some examples of Chandler's lies. They accidentally set my payroll as hourly instead of salary, so they had to hold my checks until they fixed it. I gave them the wrong direct deposit info. And they paid me so much money all at once that the bank thought it was fake and denied it.
Girl, what the fuck is you talking about?
Now, not only did he lie about his current job, he also lied about his future job. He told everyone that he was gonna work in SpaceX. Chandler over here getting to work with Daddy Elon. And then there's the lies about school. Now, apparently, Chandler was almost done. He was about to graduate with a tech certification, I believe, like involving solar panels or something like that. But he actually ended up dropping out like his first semester and haven't been going to school since. Now, his parents were like, okay, where are your transcripts? We want to see them. What Chandler did was create fake emails and emailed himself back and forth on why they couldn't cooperate with him. And these weren't even the type of emails that are like madisoncollege.edu. These were like regular Gmail accounts. And also, apparently, the emails that he'd sent to himself as those fake employees from Madison College were full of grammatical and spelling errors.
Dear dumb ass, every thought in your mind is dumb. Every word you speak is dumb.
Yeah, something tells me Chandler might not be the brightest bulb. There was even one time that Bart wanted to speak to one of these people. So Chandler bought a burner phone, spoke to his dad pretending to be one of those employees from Madison College. And I bet you're probably wondering, how is he getting away with all of this? He lied about one more thing. He fell and tripped down the stairs one day, had to be hospitalized, and apparently he pretty much needed to be taken care of. Something along the lines of brain and nerve damage, a hematoma, and he had to wear a neck brace for the rest of his life. When in reality, Chandler only suffered a mild concussion. Now, Chandler, having a big brain moment, thought, let's pretend to be a vegetable so we don't have to go to Florida and work for SpaceX. Just had one Uno reverse card after another. Exerting this much effort and resources into creating this web of lies when you can just submit an application for Taco Bell. Like, the dad was getting extremely sus with Chandler now. He isn't getting paid. His school isn't cooperating with him. His son's pretty much getting fucked over. he's getting extremely frustrated. Mr. Bart Halderson takes matters into his own hands. He calls Madison College pretending to be Chandler, and he speaks to a guy named Omar Job. Now, Omar Job is one of the names Chandler used in his fake emails that he would use to email himself. Except Omar Job is a real person. Omar is just a receptionist. He literally just works there. So he doesn't know anything going on behind the scenes with Madison College. Bart speaks to him pretending to be Chandler, and apparently Bart was being a Karen to Omar. However, near the end of that conversation, Bart asks Omar to pull up his records, Chandler's records, and Omar says, "We don't have a student under the name Chandler Halderson." And then Bart says, "That'll be all." Hangs up and then texts Chandler, "I spoke with Omar Job."
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Bart sets up an appointment with himself, Chandler, and a school official, I believe, probably going over what Chandler was lying about. And this meeting was set up on July 1st, 2021. That's going to be an important date. So this is where it gets interesting. We're not going to be going in chronological order, just so that the story makes sense, just to let y'all know. July 7th, 2021. Chandler goes to the police station and files a missing persons report. His parents had gone missing. So they asked Chandler, "When did you see them last?" And he told them, "I saw them last week, driving up north to a family cabin with another couple. They were going to celebrate 4th of July over there." He even showed the police officers the text message that he got from his mom. From what I remember, it said something like, "Yes, we just got here. The reception is bad, and yes, it's packed. Love you lots." So the police officers drive up to the cabin, and they noticed that the grass was like 3 feet tall. It looked like no one had mowed the lawn for months. Then they had to break into the cabin. Everything inside looked untouched. The police are now bringing people in for questioning. One of those people is a woman named Kat, Chandler's girlfriend. Now, Kat was pretty familiar with these kinds of legal proceedings, so she thinks, "We need to catch the person that did this. It couldn't possibly be anyone that we know, so let's exclude them out." Kat told the police that her and Chandler spent the 4th of July weekend together, so it couldn't possibly be him. Kat mentioned to the police that she did notice something a bit weird. The very early morning of July 2nd, she checked Chandler's Snap location, and she finds him in a wooded area right by the Wisconsin River. She thought that was pretty strange, so she took a screenshot. Another person that the police talked to is a woman who owns a plot of land. And this woman's actually Kat's mom's girlfriend, and they're very close with the Halderson family. They were aware of Chandler's condition, remember, when he suffered whatever it was and he had to be taken care of now. This woman also owns a pool that she lets Chandler use for water therapy to help with the pain with what he's going through or something like that. She also tells the police Chandler and Kat spent the 4th of July weekend at my place. They were together the entire time. But I did notice something strange one day. July 5th, 2021, Chandler Halderson drives up to this residence unannounced. The woman, confused as to why he was there, answers the door, and she notices that Chandler was like completely out of it, like in a trance. Chandler asks her if he could use the pool, and she agrees. An hour passes by. The lady decides to check on Chandler, see how he's doing. She gets to the pool. Chandler was not there. Moments later, she sees Chandler walking towards a wooded area. Chandler walks towards that wooded area, and she also noticed that his truck was parked nearby with its latch up. And at one point, she also saw Chandler look up to the sky and just do that. While the police investigations were going on, Chandler goes door to door in his neighborhood asking if they have any camera footage, hoping that it might have recorded something that could possibly help find his parents. He was also doing media interviews. And while all of that was going on, the police were finding a lot of things. One of the neighbors, located across the Halderson home, separated by a river, and this home was facing the back of the Halderson house, they had a camera set up that recorded something. In the wee hours of the morning, this neighbor's camera recorded lights turning on and off and on and off in the Halderson home. And at one point, apparently, this light became so bright, and then it died down. Another one of the neighbors said that they smelt like someone was barbecuing. Yeah, we'll get into more of that later. I probably should put a trigger warning, huh? Yeah, trigger warning. It gets pretty graphic after this point, so if you don't want to hear, just la 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 la, or skip to the later part of this video. They find more evidence in that plot of land that the lady owned, the lady with the pool. Remember when Chad was walking into that wooded area and his truck was parked nearby? They notice a garbage can full of tarp, and they take it out, and the tarp is covered in blood. There was also an old oil drum, and they find broken saw blades and shears inside. They proceed towards the wooded area, and underneath a pile of sticks and leaves was a human torso, with its legs and arms and head cut off. Later to be revealed to be Bart Halderson's torso. They turn the torso over and find 2 gunshot wounds on the back. And then there was Kat's screenshot of Chandler's location. The police did a search of that area as well, and they found Krista's legs in the Wisconsin River. Now we take a look at the Halderson home. Remember the text that Chandler got from his mom? Hey honey, we made it, it's a bit packed, blah 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 blah. Well, that text message was sent from inside the house. And the police later find Krista's phone and driver's license wrapped in aluminum foil, stuffed inside a shoe, hidden inside a shoebox. Then the police take a look at the fireplace. It looked like it had been recently used, but the logs were neatly set up, and also one of the glass window panes was shattered. And they also noticed this. You see that white rock in the middle? That is a human skull fragment. The police later revealed that there were hundreds of bone fragments inside the ash trap. Chandler Halderson burnt his parents' body parts. What kind of fucked up degen do you have to be to watch your parents' heads burn in your fireplace? Like, that's just pure evil. Like, all eyes are on Chandler now. They also looked through his phone. They found a murder cleanup list, and he looked up a case, and it was about a guy dismembering his family. July 15th, 2021, the police take Chandler in for more questioning. They were pretty much just, we know it was you, dude, just fess up. And Chandler, not knowing anything else besides lying in Fortnite, lies again, and they end up arresting Chandler and charge him for the murder of Bart and Krista Halderson. I mean, he's dumb. He's a dumb criminal because he pretty much just incriminated himself. He's a dumb person for killing the only 2 people that will support him. They weren't abusive parents. They were probably overbearing, but they loved Chandler. Here's another thing that gets me. Moments before Krista died, she was on her way home, and Chandler had just killed his dad. And he texts his mom, Dad's phone died. Text or call me instead. Oh, and get soda on your way home. I still have an hour left of work. And Krista's reply was, okay, smiley face. Do you ever text your mom, hey, get soda on your way home?
That's your boss music.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Why do I hear boss music?
This piece of shit really had the audacity to ask his mom to buy soda before killing her. Yeah, Chandler's a weird ass guy. He didn't know how to communicate. He obviously needed therapy, but instead of doing that, he resorts to parricide. And that concludes the Chandler Halderson case. He is currently serving life in prison. And yeah, sorry if this was a little bit long. I'm still trying to figure this shit out. And honestly, it's probably just my friend seeing this, so I take that back. I don't care. Hello, hi, Editor Gino here. So obviously I left out a lot of details because if I didn't, this video would be 5 hours long. But there are videos on YouTube about the court hearings, and other YouTubers have made videos of this case as well, so you can watch that. But yeah, if there's anybody that feels like they are not where they need to be, or that they just don't feel good about themselves, listen, it'll be okay. Just don't kill your parents, it'll be fine. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, yada yada yada. Here's my cat. Okay, bye guys. This is gonna be a bitch to edit.
Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Not you. You can choke.